I wish I had 18 Malaysian players playing for my team. How good we are at football, but who we are as Malaysians.
Hi and good morning. Thanks for coming to our studio. First of all, please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Aylwin Skelchy, and I'm having an academy called Destiny Football Development Center, and I'm 55 years old.
Hello everyone, my name is Kyle. I'm 18 years old and right now I'm playing in Germany and I'm in Wormatia Worms.
Alright.
Hello. Hello everyone, I'm Hanz. I'm 20 years old. I'm currently playing football in Germany and I'm in university.
Alright, so our purpose today is maybe to speak about how kita hantar talent-talent kita ke Germany, and at first, how's the idea come? For you, macam mana boleh datang ilham untuk bawa talent-talent ni start ke Jerman? And they are your son, right?
Yes, correct.
And apa yang buat you nak hantar mereka ke Jerman?
It has been saya punya passion lah, dari lama lah, dari budak kecil. But the only thing is, in sports dulu, I was a hard worker rather than a very talented player ke or extraordinary player. No, I wasn't that, but I put in a lot of effort, and that's where my passion grew in football and in field hockey when I was in St. John's. So now, as it grew, I begin to have this desire to raise up the next generation and to also work hard for the next generation to have opportunities, especially in Malaysia, even in Southeast Asia, where the chances of being able to look beyond is been a little bit impossible. But as I grew along, I felt that, if you believe, all things are possible. And that's where my passion in my heart began to grow and a fire began to burn. And, God willing, He has given me 2 sons. And the interesting thing about my 2 sons is my whole family is right-legged, right-handed and all. But they were born with left-handed, left-legged. And that's a big demand, especially in Europe. Yeah, so that's where my passion grew. And as I went along, and as I followed my 2 sons, my passion actually were connected to them, and we begin to grow together. I begin to look at more. I would say my mind and my passion begin to expand, and as I followed them to play in international tournaments, I begin to learn a lot of things through my relationships with those that I was connected through the networks outside. And from there, it began to burn further lah. And then slowly it grew to beginning to become one of my work, I say, or my career. Of course, I own I'm a builder. I build infrastructures, homes and all this. But then now that I'm 55, I want to give my time, my efforts and my resources, even like my hobby, to the next generation in sports, especially in football. And my dream is not just to establish my sons. Now with the academy that I have in Destiny, I have 300 over players. Now I have 300 over sons, which is for Malaysia. And I want to begin to open doors and create a career pathway for them. And also not just for them, but for the future of Malaysian football. If I can play in any small way or in any part, I would really love to contribute into this part, into my passion, which is now football.
What was the challenge to convince maybe a club from Germany to accept them, to try out our local talent?
It's not easy. We have to understand the pathway. I call it as a career pathway. Yeah, there's one that I call, this is what I define it to be, a pathway which is a short term, and there's a career pathway which is a long term. And this is not just during their time as a player, but what happens after the age of 30 or more, where they come out of football. How can they bring back what they have during their professional career into the landscape or into the ecosystem in Malaysia or even wherever they decide to be. So this has been one of the interests, and how I got through this also, I would say it's really God willing, a God open pathway that we met my partners in Thailand in a tournament when my academy was playing. They saw us and they approached me and they said we wanted to have a collaboration. And for me, I always thought, it's always a franchise thing. You pay a certain fee, I let you use my badge, and there is a boundary that we can utilize. But in the end of the days, I think Germany is really into development. They actually approached me for 6 months. I think they courted me more than I courted my wife, the time that they spent. And it came to that time where I wasn't really keen because I wasn't interested to sell jerseys or, just buy apps, And I always told, not just Germany, I had some approaches from 1-2 EPL clubs that they wanted to collaborate. But I told them, are you into development? They said, yes, I am into development. Then I said, can I send coaches and players there for stints, training, education? I said, no, we give you an app. I said, app cannot help us. We really need to understand the intensity. Players need to be there physically to know decision makings, the speed needed, communication, the mental strength. So they needed to actually experience by going and playing in front or with these players at this level, at the top level, European level. So that's when they called me after 6 months and they said, okay, Aylwin, I want to show you how serious I am. I will fly down to Malaysia. I'll come to your academy. I'll stay for one night. I haven't been to Malaysia before, but I'll fly down and I'll pick one player for a Bundesliga tournament, a big tournament. And you will represent the world team, which is under my partner's, partnership, global partnership. We will pick one of your players to play with Mexico, with talent from US, from Greece, and from different places, South Africa. So I said, okay. So that was a big opportunity. My eyes almost, came off, and I said yes. So they flew down, and in the car from the airport at 3 o'clock. I remember my training was at 5. I was driving them. I said, possible to give 2 players? They said, no, we haven't been to this part of the globe, this region. I will be able to only give you 1 player. But when they came to our academy, in 25 minutes to half an hour, they picked 4 players. 4 players. And they said, wow. I mean, they told me there's a lot of polishing, but the talents here are tremendous. I said, fantastic. And imagine this, it's only in my academy. Can you imagine we have what now, 36, 38 million population? My goodness, the amount of talent that I have seen, in this country is amazing. So that is why my heart certainly burned to open these doors, to work hard. Me and the academy, the management, the coaches, even the parents in our academy understands now what our passion is and how these things work, and that sports is also as important, because our academy now are giving out scholarships for those who may not want to go pro, but if you are with Destiny, we open a pathway for you for education in the US and in different parts of the globe where you get scholarships, very good scholarships and privileges if you join them and play for their university team and all. So when this happened, when the partnership became stronger, we worked from the 3rd tier partner to become 1st tier partner. And this year, I think, when my partners and I had a meeting, they did an analytical study, which I didn't do it for myself, but they told me to date we have already sent about 176 or 7 players to Germany in the last 5 years, since we started at 2018. So we've been sending different age groups to Germany to play with not the ordinary academies or so. We are playing with the top academy. We have played with Mainz. We have gone to, every year we entered a Bundesliga tournament. We played with RB Leipzig, Bayer Leverkusen, Eintracht Frankfurt. And we are the only ones that were outside of Europe, apart from Japan and us, under the global partnership. the exclusive global partnership. Yeah, so that's how we went in.
All right.
Yeah.
Hans, all right. What was your first reaction when your dad told you you are going to Germany? And what's your first impression when you arrived there?
I mean, to be honest, I think it's everyone's dream to go and play football in Europe. And so when I first heard about it, I was obviously excited. But with that being said, I think I was told pretty early into COVID, so it was kind of iffy. But thank God, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm there right now and I'm playing football there.
What was your concern?
About football in Germany?
Playing in Germany?
I mean, it's just a different environment. I mean, I grew up in Malaysia. I played football for as long as I know. And go there and play in Europe in a new environment, I think is exciting, but at the same time, you don't know what to expect. And what I'll tell you is players are much bigger. I mean, they used to playing a German system, fast football, a lot of running. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying myself and yeah.
At first, do you believe that you can fight them, you can challenge them?
Yeah, 100%. If I didn't believe so, I wouldn't be there. And I think a lot of other people that I know, friends that I've played with, people that I've seen play, I'm very sure that a lot of people in Malaysia can do it as long as they believe in themselves and yeah.
Okay, your first impression when you arrived in Germany?
I personally thought that going to Germany was, obviously, for me, it's also a dream. I've always dreamed about playing in the top level since young. And my first impression was actually different. I went there a bit concerned because obviously it's a different lifestyle, different people. I'm not with my Malaysian friends, without family, I'm living alone. So it was a bit concerning for me, but because football is my dream, I had to overcome certain obstacles. And it was exciting at the same time because when I study and I play football, the German players, they can be very tough, but they are also pretty nice people. So the players, they helped me get through it. And after living there for a while, I got used to it. And yeah, I started to blend in.
What was the biggest challenge to adapt to their method of football training system?
I think the biggest is to first to be able to speak the language, because I feel communication is very important. And if you don't know the players and the coaches well, it's very hard to blend in and to interact with them. I also think that one of the hardest methods for me personally is not just the football, but the lifestyle. So time management, knowing how to balance your studies with football, because these certain parts takes and affects your life a lot. So I think if you know how to balance it out and also enjoy, I think, yeah, all will work out well.
And the biggest different football approach in Germany compared to Malaysia?
To be honest, like I said, I think, okay, maybe I would say the most different thing is maybe the speed of play and how fast they think, because you have a split second to make a decision in a high-level game. But like I said, I think I grew up playing here, and I think that we are taught a lot of things well, and we are far, but at the same time, we're not really far in terms of talent. If we know how to nurture the talent well, and at a young age get exposed to all these European play styles in different countries and stuff like that, I think we definitely are able to, a lot of players here.
Is there any double standard from people from Germany towards Asian people like us, Malaysian people? Is there any?
I think you get that everywhere in the world, and to be honest, as an athlete or as a football player, I think you gotta get used to it. I don't think you can avoid these kind of things. You just gotta do you and play your football.
In how many months do you think you really adapt to the culture?
I would say it took me around a year, or maybe 8-9 months, because I went through a different path from the rest that are in Germany right now. I started from a foster family, and I went through an exchange program in a German public school. So I went to Germany with a foster family where the way they live, the food they eat, the things they do during their free time are all much different from in Malaysia. And also going to a public school with not knowing much German, and to study the language, reading, doing every subject in German, make sure to doing well. It really was a tough challenge, but I feel with the support of my parents and my friends and even the foster family, I think in around half a year to maybe a year, I started to adapt and my German picked up very quick, and I started to just live like a normal German too. Yeah.
So, apa respon orang dekat sana bila mereka mula bermain di sana yang dia sampai?
The interesting yang you see, biasa when you go in, the first meeting is dekat changing room. Okay. Because when you go to the scouting, but in Germany the competition is so great. So when you enter the changing room, they don't ask you what's your name or where you come from, what position you play. And when you tell them macam left back, terus dia pusing. Jumpa left back diorang, habislah you. Hari ni ada orang lawan untuk tempat you. But when you go into the pitch, and then bila you main, and then they nampak that you're a good level, and you're friendly, and you play also good football, they become to be more closer to you, and then they get friendlier with you. But like Hans mentioned, yes, there's always competition, and sometimes they look at us, where is Malaysia? Ada kadang-kadang Malaysia kat mana?
Tak pernah dengar.
Tak pernah dengar. And then they look at them, they say, oh, Malaysian should look something different ke apa, you know what I mean? But they look, oh, okay. So, then slowly they begin to, how would I say, be interested to know where we came from, how's the football level, how the people there, what is the environment in Malaysia. So that's how it slowly built lah.
Dia dekat level pembangunan tu, tactical wise macam mana kalau compare to Malaysia?
Tactical wise, I think because I went at U19, I joined at U19. I think tactically, it's still pretty similar, but like I said, it's just, I think you can always do stuff on the board. You can always draw certain tactics and whatever the coach wants you to play. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the players that are playing, and at the pace, it is fast. So most of the time, it's more like they focus individually, not really on a team tactical. But it's all just playing for your team. It's running for your team. Just different stuff like that.
Dia higher level of football compared to Malaysia. Bila you buat mistake, apa reaction orang sekeliling you? You both boleh cerita. Macam mana you tengok reaction bila you buat mistake? Adakah dia orang supportive atau?
Well, you have different personalities everywhere you go. Different teams have different personalities. The coach has different personality. So if you have a coach that is very emotional, I'm sure you get shouted at. And for teammates as well, you have some people that motivate you, some people that tell you what to do, some people that get a bit more emotional than others. But at the end of the day, it's all just for the love of the game. So.
I feel personally that yes, of course, like what Hans said, there will be coaches that are nice, and there will be coaches that will be shouting almost the whole game, and there will also be players that will be supporting you and also getting angry because we all love the game. Our adrenaline is up. Everyone wants to win. But I feel as long as you are mentally strong, and if you know that if you make a mistake, to come back from it is the most important part. So as long as you play well and you continue, you don't let it get to you, and you just focus and make sure that your next move is better than the previous one. I think it shouldn't be a problem.
If you can share maybe something that your coach pernah compliment you, apa kat sana?
Technically, your sound, stuff like that. I mean, every coach has something to say, and some actually keep it in, some tell you and are very straightforward with you. They'll tell you what you're good at. But like I said, it's all just different.
For me, my coach likes me a lot because I play left back, and one of my fortes is my speed. So if I were to compare myself to other Germans, I'm confident that my speed is faster than a lot. And I think for me, my biggest advantage is I feel that I'm a team player, and my personality on and off the pitch it helps boost the team a lot, and it also affects the environment. So for me, my coach loves my personality and my spirit, my determination. And in terms of the ball, yeah, it's more of my speed and just not too flary, but simple and effective play. Yeah.
Maybe I can share something. What I do usually is I keep in touch with the players that have gone to Germany from Destiny. I keep in touch with the club's hierarchies, the head coaches and all online. And there was one meeting that we had with the head coach and the physical trainer, and I was asking him for a progress. And I said, how are the boys doing in Germany, our players in your club? And he snuggled lah, macam so I said, alamak, ini negative ke positive? And you know what he told me? He said, you really want to know? I wish I had 18 Malaysian players playing for my team.
Wow.
I'm telling you honestly. He said the respect, the discipline, 1 hour before training, they are there. They are behind. When finished, they ambil marker semua sendiri, without asking. And when they are moving around in the club, when they pass all the head coaches ke, technical director ke, mana-mana officers, they wish. They said, hi coach, how are you? How's your day? Dia jalan. Well, from my experience, when I'm there, I see there are different personalities also. Some of the, because when you are in these clubs, you are like somebody in there. So not all of them really respond like this. But I believe that it is our culture, and this is something that we teach holistic training in our academy, because the first impression is very important. Who you are, how you build relationships, how you portray yourself as a person inside and outside of you, on and off the field, will also determine your future. If coaches don't like you, you have an attitude, you're not going to have opportunities. So this is something that Malaysia has, that now, for the 5, 6, 7 years that we have been with Germany, when they see a Malaysian coming now, it's always a smile on their face. You're not just the talent, but they're having somebody that is coming here that could help change even the people that are around there, the players that are there, the influence that they have. So that's why even just now when Kyle and Hans were sharing with you, they said the coaches like them, not for any reason, but for who a Malaysian is. And we are bringing Malaysia now into the football industry in the world globally. And we're not going to show them just how good we are at football, but who we are as Malaysians.
Wow. I dengar pun happy tau. Bangga I dengar.
Yes, very true.
Okay, Hans and Kyle, boleh you share your progress sekarang dekat Jerman, from your first team and then to now? Ceritakan sikit macam progress.
Okay, so I started off at 18. Started playing for FK Pirmasens U19 second league, and I learned a lot there. I had a lot of fun playing, and sometimes I look back when I watch Kyle play there now. It's just a lot of fun. The level's really good, and from there I moved on to. I had to move on to men's because they don't have no more U19s. So after U19s, I moved on to Ketch's first team. I played there for 6 months, and straight after that, I went to Wormatia Worms, second team, U23. So yeah, right now I'm playing there.
For me, when I first came, I started at a local club in Fontana, Finton, and they are playing Division 5 right now. But after half a year or so, I moved to Waldhof Mannheim for my U17s, and it's Division 2. And when we played there, we managed to promote to Division 1 Bundesliga. So it was a very big success and achievement. And after that, I moved to VFR Mannheim for around a year or so. And now I'm also in Wormatia Worms, same as Hans, but the U19s, and I'm also playing Division 2. So like, Division 2 is also a very high league, and for me, for my preseason, next month we'll be challenging Mainz 05, and we are also in the DFB Pokal, so it's a very big season ahead, yeah.
Hans,
Yep.
what's the biggest difference from U19 to men's sport?
So I would say personally speaking, I think technically, and yeah, technically, I guess kids are more, they show more, they don't really, there's not really a full system. Coach gives you a bit more liberty and to show what you got, and everyone's just playing at a fast pace as well. But when you go to men's, the difference is everything is up here. Like players are way more smarter. Some players look like like not as athletic as U19s, but they're so smart you cannot get the ball off them. They run and they're just way smarter. That's the main difference, I would say. But besides that, everyone's good. Yeah.
So bila you tengok dia orang well progress, even Kyle pun dapat pindah team yang lebih baik secepat, apa je punya perasaan bila tengok everything going well?
It's always been a dream to see my children do very well in their life. You know, I've had no idea such a thing would ever come to pass. It was impossible, but like I said, with my passion and God willing, doors open to them. They had favor with a lot. Even before this, they have been to Korea for trials, invited to go to Korea when they were young to play. They have been invited by one of the Singapore teams to represent them in the IBA Cup at the age of, I think, 12 or so. We went to many places, the opportunities that we have. So I see them growing, not just in football, but as a person. And, you know, I pray that, and I always do that, my wife and I, that they will not just be a fantastic, extraordinary footballer, yeah, but as a person who will be able to impact other lives, especially the next generation. This is a seed that we are sowing. And my prayer and my heart for my two children is, I'm very proud of them because this seed now is beginning to grow to be a tree. And very soon, I believe, it's going to bear many fruits. And from one fruit, there's going to be many seeds. And I hope these seeds will be planted by them to the next generation. You know, I believe that we really need a role model. We have a lot of good role models. You know, I have many also in a sense in Malaysia. But I believe for the next generation, you know, there's a change. There's I would say, evolution that is happening. New things are happening, technology and all. So the mentality, the mindsets are different. My hope today, and I'm proud that I believe that they will be able to impact the next generation through football. That people that do not have hope, people that maybe lost their parents for some other reasons whatsoever, and they feel that dia punya tak ada masa depan. But what we want to do here, and I hope that there will be a light shining unto this next generation who feel that they do not have hope or it's impossible to achieve greatness. I hope that they will be that light and that example and that role model to tell them, look, nothing is impossible if you believe. All you need to do is to believe.
Guys, for the future, bila you balik Jerman nanti, apa lagi yang you rasa you perlu buat untuk improve yourself, and apa yang you nak achieve lagi?
Oh, for me, I have a lot of things I need to improve on. I always look to improve on certain areas where I don't think I can always do better. I think even if you look at EPL players, there's always something you need to improve on. You're never gonna be satisfied if you want to keep growing. But yeah, every time I come back, every break we have pre-seasons, I look forward to improving and staying fit and stuff like that. So there's always something you can improve on, and you're never done basically.
I think for me also, like what Hanz said, you know, you'll never be a perfect player. Even Messi, Ronaldo, they still have something to improve on. So I feel for us, we have a lot of things to improve on, not just physically, but also mentally, emotionally, experience-wise. There's still a lot of things to learn. And yeah, coming back to Malaysia, I hope that we can use our knowledge and experience to contribute to the national team. And by God's grace, if we play for the national team in the future, that we would love to be a part of the success and hopefully make it to the World Cup one day.
Is
That's
there
our
any
biggest aim.
communication so far? from national side?
So far, I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure if NFDP or FEM is aware of us, but I hope one day that to get a call back from the national team would be a dream. It would be a privilege and an honor to represent our country. And yeah, Malaysia means a lot to us, and we hope we can contribute the max we can.
Yeah, exactly the same. I've always dreamed of playing for the national team, and I said it once when I was 12. I think my dream will always be to bring Malaysia to the World Cup, even though it's a tough one, or we're far away from it. But you can only just dream, and nothing is impossible. So yeah.
So, you dengar dia punya dream, so macam mana so far, ada contact ke apa?
I hope that we will be able to get some kind of an opportunity. We are not saying that you deserve to get in straight away, but you know, if there's an opportunity ever open for them to go for a trial to prove themselves, because there are a lot of talented players in Malaysia also, to prove themselves, and if they feel that they are good enough, yes, of course, you know. And one of my dreams is also that through through Destiny, my academy that I have started, you know, in 2018-19, when we started, I said, you know, I'm going to sign players to Europe. 90% laughed at me, said this is not really happening around, there's no way you're going to achieve it. And I look at them and I smiled. And after 3 years or so, 4 years, we signed 5 players at one go. And now I feel that when I speak, there is some credibility. And for me, after that, they asked me, even some of my networks that are in Germany, mainly in Germany, even in Europe, certain parts of Europe, they have told me, so Aylwin, now that you have signed, you know, you have through your dreams of signing players and exposing this part of the region to Europe, what is your next objective? And I said, my next objective is to do a part, if I can, to play a part, to feed players or to send players to play in Europe, as many as possible, so that we can bring them down in 5 years, in 3 years, in 2 years, to play in the Malaysian colours, in the national Malaysian team, being proud that we are Malaysians and we have our own talents that we can produce and qualify for the World Cup. And let me tell you, a lot laughed at me. And I said, you know, it's going to happen because we believe, not just I. Because now I've been sharing with a lot of people my heart when they ask me, and many of them are catching this fire. And I hope that this fire can reach out to the people that can make the difference. You know, and you know, Destiny have been always open. We do our parts as good as possible, not to again just develop good footballers, but holistic players that can contribute to the community and to this nation. And hopefully through Malaysia, we will be an epicenter to impact Southeast Asia. And it's not hard to qualify for the World Cup, because I shared with my European networks also who look at me. I said our qualifiers, we are not playing with Portugal, we are not playing with England or France or what. If we need to focus on Asia, Japan, Korea, the Middle East, if we can compete with them and win, and we are not far away, but we just need more players to be exposed to the high level, the high intensity, the maturity of how players play outside, and bring them back. My goodness, we have a machine. And many countries today that are qualifying in the world, who have qualified in the World Cup, new countries that are coming, or mainly most of the countries, apart from the top countries like France, England and all, most of them, all their players in the national team play for big clubs in Europe. So I hope that, you know, I'll be able to play a part to contribute to the development of Malaysian football and towards our dream to qualify for the World Cup by opening more doors for the young generations below 18 to go there, establish themselves through education as well as through football, so that through these two systems, when they are playing and after they are playing, they'll be able to contribute in many ways and change the whole dynamics and system of football.
Okay, sir. I'm done asking you about the professional side.
Yeah.
I want you to answer me as a father.
Yes.
I believe you sacrifice a lot, money, time, to see them grow and berada di tahap mereka sekarang. Sebagai seorang ayah, adakah you rasa pengorbanan you selama ni sudah berbaloi? Apa perasaannya?
I rasa sekarang mereka ada dalam umur 18 ke 20. They are matured enough. I think my wife and I dah tanam banyak biji lah dalam nyawa mereka. Definitely we cannot plant a lot into their lives because we have also certain limitations with the sphere of environment or influence that we are in. But now, because of what we have already sown in the foundations, I believe now it's time for them to go out there and discover greater things. You know, achievement of a father and a mother, of a parent, is not being the same as us, but doing greater things than what we have done. So for me, I'm so confident. I'm very proud. I have 3 children. I have a daughter also who's in UK now. I'm so proud of them for where they are, who they have been as a person. You know, I just can't wait, and I just pray and say, God, give me long life that I may see the achievements that they have achieved, not only for themselves but also the impact that they have impacted in Malaysia and wherever they are. So I'm very proud of them, and now I can only say, go out there, believe in yourself, and continue to learn and continue to discover new things for your next generation, for your next children.
Hanz and Kyle, you see, your dad so passionate, right? And you know dia orang pun sacrifice banyak untuk you. Apa yang you boleh janjikan untuk your parents?
I think this is really cruel about sports. It's you can work as hard as you can, and some people sacrifice everything, and some people don't make it. But like I said, the only thing I can promise my dad is I'll always do my best. I'll try my hardest. But whatever comes after I leave it into God's hands. You know, I just trust the process, do whatever I have to do, and yeah, like I said, trust God, I guess. Yeah.
Like what Hanz said, I think for me, as long as I know that I've done my best, and even my parents have told me that as long as you give your hardest and you know you do your best, you work hard, and you give your 100% in everything you do, they will always be proud of us, and that gives me a lot of reassurance. And one day I want, if it's possible and if I make it, I want to see my parents at the stands of my stadium and with them with a smile on their face, and that would assure me a lot, and it would tell me that I made it. But even if I don't, all I want to see is my parents being happy, and if that is all that happens, it's more than enough for me. Yeah.
So terima kasih kerana bersama kami di Harimau Malaya. Keluarga yang sangat inspiring, keluarga yang sangat positif. Semoga semua apa yang you all rancang dapat dilaksanakan, and God akan tolong you untuk capai impian you semua. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much. Thank you.